going to show you the video in a second of, I believe it's Ron Wyatt's description of the Ark of the Covenant. So this right here would be the Ark, and you see the angel wings are meeting at the back side, but in the front side they fall down, or cherubim, I guess. And it shows the measurements. 4 feet 3.5 inches, I believe. 2 feet 7 inches high. And the lid to the ark was like that. Then Ron Wyatt and his wife demonstrated to the person, I believe, who made the sketch of how the wings were. It reads here, I wish I had a camera when Ron and I think Mary, it's hard to read it, something stood at the round kitchen table, and something how the, basically something how the wings of the cherubim were. This image is not as clear as the other one, which I will download or upload for you guys to download. Okay, so I'm going to talk more about this. So this is at 2 minutes and 14 seconds in the video, Ron Wyatt Discoveries 2022. I think I can make it this bigger. Let's see. How do I do that? I think I have to start it again. Oh well, I can't figure out right quick how to make the there it is, the title. Ron Wyatt Discoveries 2022, Gomorrah, Red Sea Crossing, Mount Sinai, Noah's Ark, and the Blood of Christ. A well-rounded compilation of Ron Wyatt's discoveries, including his Ark of the Covenant claim, originally created for Abomination of Desolation documentary. Okay, then it has different places so you can jump right to where you want to go in the video, and I'll put the link to the video in the description here. And then it has I don't know what this is, Sodom and Gomorrah King James Version pictures. Let's see what that goes to. Drawing people to the Lord Jesus Christ through pictures. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like it's a link to a channel. So, okay. But anyway, you can check that out when you want to. And so that's, this very picture is at 2 minutes, 14 seconds. No, 2 hours, 14 minutes. I got that wrong. This is a long video. So if we go forward a little, it shows somebody did an artistic rendition to see how the gold looks on the Ark of the Covenant. Isn't that beautiful? That might be the real Ark. So this video is very interesting. In the, I want to say, hour or so before this part of the video, he was showing how Ron Wyatt went with a metal detector device, and it can detect the presence of gold. So it kept pointing to the place where they thought the Ark of the Covenant was hidden inside of a little cave underground. And you'll have to just watch it. It's really cool. Okay, so now let's do this. I want to show you. Okay, by the way, this is a continuation of the other video I recorded, where I talked about the ladies' comments. So, okay, wait. Let's see if they happen to come up if I go to comments here. I also recorded it, but I just want to see. So what I did is I was watching this video. I went to the comments. Let's see the comments. Some really good testimonies in here. Oh, look at this one was on tour with Ron Wyatt in December of 1996. I will remember for the rest of my life walking the ground in Gomorrah and took some brimstones home with me. I also remember being at the Red Sea crossing in Egypt and remembering Ron pointing to two pythons in the water and said, "Get some scuba equipment and go between those two pythons and you will come across some of the artifacts of the Red Sea." They must be pillars? I don't know. Can't be snake pythons. I can never express the full experience that I had there. All right, so I'm just going to skip to where I recorded the reading of the lady's comment, because a lot of times these comments get buried and they're hard to find again. So let's see. We want to go here. No, not there. We want to go to there. There we go. Okay, so I'm scrolling up to the top. Copy it, but I want to copy it, so I'm taking a video of it. So here's how it reads. That Korean man who talked about the cloud on Mount Sinai and the thunder and lightning scaring him. So he dropped down and prayed. I had something similar happen to me. I was a young baby Christian, starting to read the Bible for the first time as a believer. And it was really exciting reading it, knowing God was real, and these were his words and stories, and all true. Anyway, there was one thing I couldn't understand. The Bible kept mentioning the fear of the Lord, and so one day, as I sat outside reading, I paused and said, "God, this makes no sense to me. You've been so gentle and kind and sweet to me. You aren't scary at all. Why is the Bible so focused on fear of the Lord?" So very soon after, maybe the same day or the next day, this unbelievable lightning storm rolled in. I couldn't believe it. It was like hours and hours of lightning lighting up the sky, more than the finale of the 4th of July fireworks show. Never seen a lightning storm like it before or since. And strange things started happening to me. I felt this strange ring of energy, like electricity, circle my head, like a crown was put on my head, but the crown was electricity circling. And I even felt it in my teeth. All the hair stood up on my body, and I was terrified. I just knew there was a lightning bolt aimed right at my head. So I'm crying and shaking, and my 2-year-old daughter was with me. And she looked up at me, very calm and totally unaffected. She was never the least bit affected throughout this whole crazy event. And my toddler said to me, "Mommy, you have to bow down. Bow down." And she tugged on my arm. Then it's like that whole conversation I had with God about him not being scary played back in my mind like a movie. And I just dropped. I got into a ball on my knees and started praying. Of course, I wasn't all eloquent or anything. I just prayed, "God, you are scary. You are very scary," over and over. And after a few minutes, it's like all the fear just lifted right off me, as if it was some kind of invisible cloud, and the lightning storm was over. That day, I learned the fear of the Lord, and thus began decades of walking with God. Now, whenever I'm tempted to sin in any way, I think back on how God once held a lightning bolt over my head, and I scurry away from sin so fast it's probably a bit funny. I've since learned that yes, God is very gentle and kind and sweet to me, as if I'm a precious jewel he shines every day and gazes at, smiling. But God is also a very scary disciplinarian. I would take my earthly father and his belt on my bum over God's discipline any day. Nonetheless, I'm grateful for all the discipline God gives me, because when it's over, the blessing is huge. In the same way, when my earthly father used to spank and ground me, and welcome me out of my grounding with a huge hug and kiss. Just so you know, when the lightning storm lifted and that event was over, I wasn't standing around trembling and scared and saying that was awful. I was running around leaping, saying that was awesome. Walking with God is very supernatural. God works exactly the same as he does in the Bible. He just does it for individuals. At least that's my experience. Walking with God for me has been miracles and wonders and supernatural awe and dreams and visions and lots of chastening until I learned to walk a straight line. But that's really cool. And that is from Jewel in His Hands. Jewel Lynn. Jewel in His Hands. Okay, so contact Jewel in His Hands. How do I pause this? All right, so that's the video part 2, and part 1 I was oh, my battery's gonna go dead. I have to plug in the charger. Just a second. Okay, part 1 I was talking about this, and also the fear of God and the rapture, and the timeline which we are probably in according to Revelations, and according to many Bible scholars. We'll probably have started tribulation on October 13th, 2025. So I talked about all that in the part 1 of this video, which is called The Fear of the Lord and Ron Wyatt and the Ark of the Covenant, something like that. So I also told how to get saved and make sure you're going in the rapture. And you could find us on Facebook. Oh yeah, I was going to open Facebook for some reason. Let me see why. I can't remember now why. Let's see, where is it? Oh, it closed already. Let's go to Facebook. See, what was I looking at on there? Ah, I can't remember now. Oh well, that's okay. All right. So we'll close this video down, and please comment. If you comment, like and subscribe, it'll help get the word of the gospel of the Lord out there and help people get saved and help people know of the coming of God's wrath in the second half of the tribulation, which will probably start in 2029. God only knows. Even Jesus said he doesn't know the time of the rapture, but signs and wonders are happening. Signs and revelations and prophecies, and we've been studying it at our End Times broadcast every 2 weeks. Thank you very much. Bye-bye now. Oh, I forgot to say, we've been studying every 2 weeks on live videos on this channel, and the next one is coming up this Saturday, which should be the 23rd of November. Okay, thanks much, people. Bye-bye now.